This is Thursday. This Jupiterian energy to each and every one of you guys. Thank you for joining us. As above, so below. We're talking about my day of power to each and every one of you guys. First of all, salutation to my madrina, my padrino, to my Oba, and to my brothers and sister in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajay. What's that? I got some wealth right there. Anyway, but thank you to each and every one of you guys. I told y'all what I've been going through. When it comes down to working with magical spirituality and conjure, mystic, and adjays, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being a part of our platform and allowing us to teach you and show you how real magic works. And when you are actually exchanging energy, trying to, not trying to, but endeavoring to help your brothers and sisters in this spiritual practice, these are some of the things that you have to go through. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys that have been a part of our platform, how you come in the lives and you share your experiences with ATRs. I am very, very thankful unto you, many of you. Once again, I want to say, what's up, my crab cakes in the house? Monique 444. I want to say to my Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. Hello to each and every one of you guys. When we talk about real magic, real conjure, real mysticism, when you're going through situations and circumstances, I would like my platform to be here for melanated people that are experiencing real magic and real situation and real resolution to their situation and circumstance. Once again, I want to say these lives are about what happens in real conjure, real mysticism, real life when it comes down to people that are practicing the EHRs. One of the things that I find myself experiencing, repeating myself over and over, as much as I am transparent and I do endeavor for people to see what goes on in the life of a real spiritualist and real conjure. I've been having situations happen to my body off and on, webs appearing and disappearing off of my body, swelling that appears on my body and then disappears. I told Mother Susan, if I take a picture of it, people won't even believe me. You know, I'm experiencing certain things that I'm removing energy and warfaring for people, and in hopes that people will appreciate a lot of the things that I go through as a spiritualist and a conjurer and a mystic, when it comes down to providing services and providing products. What's up, Mother Susan in the house, Gemini, and then we got Tree, my Aries, in the house. When it comes down to real magic and real conjure, a lot of people do not realize that it's called spiritual work because it is actually spiritual work. And there are some things that take place in people's lives that a lot of people, and I've often said this, I don't understand how people can say that they're working for people and that there's no effect on their personal life, there's no effect on their bodies, and then people believe that. Energy transfer is what it is. Energy exchange is what it is. It doesn't matter if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, or you're a prayer warrior, intercessor. If you're praying for somebody, you're exchanging your good energy, your good chi, your good prana for theirs. And then you transmute that energy, frequency, and vibration. I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is in Aries, and my rising sign is Pisces. And I had swelling on my arm, it's gone. I had swelling on this arm, it's gone. I had swelling on my left wrist, it's gone. Swelling on my right hands, my ankles, it's starting to move in my face. I just took some black seed oil, and black seed oil is like, when I say it's the best, getting rid of any type of foreign substance that is in your body, Especially if you are on this parasite journey that I'm on, you never know where parasites are residing. In your sinuses, your brain, spirits. I had welts all on my back. They're gone. This has happened in the same day. Um, you got to have battle scars. You have to, so people know that you in the mud for them. Um, I have the candle. I was working for one of my clients, and I put their candle in front of Kobe Inde, and as you see, it's all this white smut. So I know that they heard my prayer regarding this person, and that they're gonna remove um, certain sickness and disease because this candle was this is a purple candle. There is some residue at the bottom, so this they need another candle. So there's some things that are gonna clear up tremendously, but there's gonna be some residue. And what people don't understand about healing, especially when you have certain diseases or certain sicknesses, there's parasites that eat up those parasites, that toxin that's in your blood, and they have babies, they have larvae, and what people call an outbreak or a spread is really larva hatching. So when you have parasites in your body and you get rid of the adult parasites with your black walnut and your wormwood, then clove destroys the larva. What people don't understand, parasites can get any part of your organs, any part of your brain, any part of your spine, your muscles, and black seed oil, if you get the high grade, this gets into your cellular DNA and it brings all of that toxin and that toxicity and foreign substance out of your body. So I've been detoxing. I just took some a few maybe 10 minutes ago, because as a spiritual man, I'm in too much warfare not to be taking care of myself. I'm right now. This is black tea, or black tea, and in China it's called red tea. But this not only puts antioxidants in your system, this also helps with cavities. Yeah, Apostle Ely, I already told y'all about my honey, my cocoa, the flavonols in there. I want to talk about this on my day of power. And to be reminded, I'm a Sagittarius, my moon is in Aries, and my rising sign is Pisces. And what that means, sir and ma'am, that my love of truth can only be digested by the mature. And my subject is, don't choke on the smoke you trying to give. Don't choke on the smoke you trying to give. And they have an old saying that where there's smoke, there's fire. A lot of you guys, especially black people, and I was listening to some of my content creators, and whether you follow me or not follow me at all, I'm going to say something to my black women. Yes, you are the creators of the universe. You're the chaos of the universe. But to feel that just because you're a woman, that you're stronger than a man and you got more power than a man is asinine. A man or woman has power because of God, the divine. They give out the measure. Whether they have spirits don't care about what they host. They don't care if it's masculine gender or feminine gender. To believe that you have a divine right to something that you were not destined. Every woman is not a queen. If that was true, there would be no such thing as a princess, a duchess. There's levels of a hierarchy. There would be no such thing as the crone, the maiden. There would be no such thing as a triple goddess. If there were not women on certain levels, certain phases, to go around as a black woman, a black American woman, especially if you came out the church, it is very easy for you to be egotistical and not having no proof for the authority that you're proclaiming. And if somebody decides to attack you, you're going to play victim. Don't bring smoke to the internet and end up choking on the very smoke you're trying to bring. There's a difference between a woman or a man having a resume, having reference to their conjure, to their prayers being answered. As long as you remain in the aquarium, as long as the goldfish remains in the goldfish bowl, you can claim and proclaim to be the big fish. But once you step outside of that arena, once you step outside of that man or that woman that boosting your ego, once you step outside of that bubble, when you get out here in these spiritual streets, you're going to have to stand by the smoke that you blow. You can play Puff the Magic Dragon all day long. But don't be ignorant and don't find yourself choking on the very declaration that you're speaking of. I want people to grow. I want people to develop. I want people to respect real magic, real Ache. And let me tell y'all something. Social media will give you a false sense of security in a level of a false sense of status, a false sense of importance. It will make you feel, if you don't watch it, it will make you feel that people are more engaged than they really are. It will give you a false sense of support. This is why I sift through a lot of stuff from my TikTok and all my social media platforms, because real people that follow you are going to be there in season and out of season. They're going to be, whether they're happy for you or they're upset with you. This is what you need to understand. I was talking to one of my members and I said this. I wanted, and I'm not trying to be funny, because of the decision you made with this person. Now that it's obvious to you that they're not going to support you in that manner. I want people that follow me and listen to me and take my teaching to actually see stuff before it happens, and then they adjust themselves so they don't fall into those pits or those situations or those calamities. People think that I'm happy that you came to your senses, like the prodigal son. Before he ate the husk from out of the pig slop, he came to himself. First of all, you should have never been in that situation. The purpose of me having foresight and forevision is to tell you stuff and give you forecasts before it ever happened. And that because of that wisdom and insight, now you are prepared and you don't suffer any type of damage or injury because of that forecast. But because you suffer loss, when the Apostle Paul was telling the men, do not launch this ship. Because this ship, if you launch this ship and you sail today, this ship is going to suffer loss. When Jesus told Peter and them to go back out there and into the deep and cast their nets, everybody don't listen. Everybody does. They rather choke on their own smoke before they listen. I'm going to say this again. Stop trying to prove points to broke people. Stop trying to prove points to powerless people. Stop trying to prove points with people that don't care if you live or die. Stop trying to engage and trying to change the opinions of people regarding you. Because you're wasting time, energy, and our chase. I'm going to say this. I mean this for men, but for women and men, but especially men. And especially Black American men. I want you to learn something about culture and Mississippi. Do not personify yourself in a way that you know you're not. And what I mean by this, if you see me, I'm going to use myself as an example, and I'm going to use Sister Tree. Sister Tree, for years, for over 30 years, has been calling me Dad. And in our relationship, she did not treat me like a father. And there were points in our relationship, I told her, do not call me Daddy. Call me Apostle Ely or call me Pastor, but don't call me Daddy. Because you're not valuing our relationship like I'm your daddy. So, there are people that are coming into spiritual relationships and they are setting a tone in those relationships, and because they either grow or they feel like they have learned, they're trying to change the dynamics of relationships. Let me tell you why that is not good, and it's not safe, and it's not ethical. It's not proper spiritual etiquette. I've had people call me father, pops, spiritual dad, godfather. And they have never been genuine. Once you show me that you're really not here to have that type of relationship, I make that relationship transactional. You're not going to benefit as a son or a daughter from me, and I don't benefit as a father from you. Stop calling people master, teacher, rabbi, apostle, tata, mumbo, hugon, if you don't really feel that way. Do business. Get your readings, get your work done, make it transactional. Because once you set out and set the tone of your relationship with that particular spiritual man or woman, They're going to recognize when you're not behaving as a son, as a daughter. When you're not behaving as a member of that particular body, as a witch of that particular coven, as a mystic of the Eastern Stars or the Masonic order. This is why Yahshua said, "Why call me Lord and do not what I say?" This is very deceptive. It's misleading. And you're going to find yourself in a very, very bad place. A very bad place. With anybody, not just Apostle Ely. I'm here to help melanated people. If you don't really believe that that's your sister, don't call them sis. If you really don't believe that's your brother, don't call them brother. If you really don't believe that Mother Susan is your mother, don't call. Whether I'm upset with Mother Susan or not, whether she's upset with me or not, it's still Mother Susan. My spiritual dad came into my life at 13 years old. I still refer to him as my spiritual dad. He was able to talk to me just like my father would be able to talk to me. He was able to cuss at me just like my mother was able to cuss at me. And I didn't back talk my parents, and I also did not back talk him. I had a problem with some of the stuff he said. I'm gonna be always straight up, and just like I had a problem with things my mama did or said, but I didn't express that. Just like I didn't express it to him. I mumbled. I tucked my tail between my legs, and I got out his presence. But he has never heard back talk from me, just like my dad ain't never heard it. Don't call somebody auntie if you don't really believe that. Don't call somebody nephew if you really don't believe that. I don't believe in false forming relationship with people to benefit from. When I call baby Scorpio my baby, I talk to her, I handle her just as such. Her baby looks at me as grandpa, and I'm gonna handle 7 just like I'm granddaddy. I'm spiritual granddaddy, because I ain't here trying to take nobody's place in the natural. Understand where I'm coming from. Stop forging relationship under false pretense. Black people, stop forming relationship with spiritual people up on a false pretense and a false persona. Don't call me something you don't really believe. Because when I start operating in that function with you, Brother Johnny ain't never called me daddy. He called me Apostle Ely. Shamari called me chief. Bo called me chief. Some people call me, that's my favorite apostle. You understand? Each one of those titles creates a different type of relationship. And you don't want to be out here, and Padrino Michael is 30 years old. I'm 52. I still address him, whether I'm happy with him or not happy with him, as Padrino Michael. I built a relationship with Shadow Wolves as Shadow Wolves. But she has been and is my madrina, and Minister Mario, son of Achusi, madrina. You can have many fathers, many mothers, but it is not disrespectful for me to call her Shadow Wolf, because that's how I developed my relationship with her. We became something else. I know my mother's legal name just like I know my father's legal name. But I always address her as mama. Mama this, mama that. This is the kind of stuff that black people don't want to hear, but you're going to cause yourself some problem because you're going to bring the smoke. You're going to create a fire in your spiritual life. All because that you're trying to deceive people that you're more engaged than you really are. Let me tell y'all black men something. I know you are accustomed to making that woman feel like you're going to marry her. I know that you have lived a lot of your life pretending that you're trying to operate in your potential. I understand that you have gotten away with making your mother feel like this time you're going to do right. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. And you're not going to play with me. You're not going to come over this platform and engage me a certain type of way. And as a man, you can call me bro. But I'm not your brother because we're not initiated. I need y'all to understand how deep this is. This is why I was telling the people in the tribe, and I showed them the picture. I didn't want to put the name of the grave that the rattle for Ochosi was sitting on. You're going to take, Minister Mario is initiated, and he's crowned, and he's scratched. And he has been baptized by me. Why would you take off the grave of a initiate? I don't care if he was a Mason. I don't care if he was a part of a particular lodge. A lot of y'all black people and black American people, you think you can do whatever you want, however you want, and there's no consequences. That's a sacred office. It doesn't matter how you feel about the man or the woman. They are who they are. They have made a lifetime commitment forever in these particular traditions. Just because I have 3 sons, none of my sons are initiated. They don't have a right to my spiritual artifacts. Unless they get scratched and followed, they cannot possess my cauldron. Except they get crowned, they cannot possess my Orisha. And they are my biological children. Josh cannot obtain my mantle unless I say so. And he has, I got to see some things. I don't know why y'all black people think that no matter if you're in hoodoo, voodoo, or Santeria, or Kumil, Congo, Palo, that you can administer your will and your thoughts and your efforts however you so choose with other people's grave. I, as Chief Apostle Samuel Jr., as a biological child of my father, my deceased father, I don't do whatever I want to do with my father's grave because he got other children and he has a wife that he left back here. I don't go free willy-nilly. Minister Mario, it's because he gave me legal right to his remains, also because he's a part of the religion that we practice. And therefore, I venerate him properly as any Santero or Santero should, or a Tata. There's certain reasons why I do that with him. If he was not initiated or scratched, I wouldn't be doing it either. I show respect for the grave. I am the biological grandson of my grandmother. But I don't do, because she got 9, total 10 kids, but 9 living kids. I'm a grandchild. I'm not going to do whatever I want to do with my grandmother's grave because of my practices and my traditions. I'm going to show respect. I'm going to show honor. I'm going to venerate. But that is in in the space of respect of all else involved, whether they believe in what I'm doing or don't believe. A lot of this ain't got nothing to do with belief. It has to do with respect. Some of you go to Botanicas and you put elecades on your neck and you know they ain't been washed or consecrated by not a priest, a Tata Oriente, or you just out here doing root work. You don't, ain't no root worker can verify you. Ain't no hoodoo can verify you. Ain't no preacher can verify you. Ain't no Obia man or Obia woman can verify you. Nobody in any form of voodoo can verify you with Lord. You bring in someone and you get on social media and you are blowing smoke up people's ass. I'm gonna say this. You out here serving dishes you can't even eat from. It's kind of in the lines of writing checks you can't cash. But the things you're trying to serve to people, you can't even eat from that plate that you're trying to serve. What makes people do the things they do is not ignorance. Black people really believe because you black that you have some divine right to certain things. You have to go to Egum. Minister Mario is not the person you think he is. You know Minister Mario up under the tutelage and the guidance and the efforts of Apostle Eden. You don't know the real Mario. I know the real Mario. If Mario didn't fuck with you in life, he's not gonna fuck with you in death. Mario has a rising sign of a Libra. He's very diplomatic, unlike me. He'll tell you what you want to hear. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. He gonna try to find a softer way of saying things, cause he not about confrontation. My moon is I'm all about the confrontation. It can be whatever it is. I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and then we're gonna do something. We're gonna have to do it. People, let me tell y'all something. If you want to practice real magic, real conjure, you must learn how to navigate, operate in your energy in the confinements of whatever said religion or spiritual tradition that you are aspiring to go. You can't go out here and do whatever you want to do with every spirit, because every spirit don't want to work with you. You don't know the difference between Minister Mario doing something for you because he was really trying to help somebody else. In order to help them, he had to help you. It's just like a lot of mothers, a lot of grandmothers help the daughter, not for the daughter, but for the children. Because if it was left up to them, they wouldn't help them at all, but they're not going to allow their grandchild to suffer because of who their child is. You got to know that there are certain people spiritually are helping you because of what you're attached to. It has nothing to do with you. And you come out here breathing all kind of smoke that you about to choke on. And if you don't have somebody that is rational and sober-minded, is willing to share this type of teaching, this person, just like I teach y'all about altars, put on the altar of your ancestor altar things that your ancestor like. You can't, your altar is not about you, it's about the spirits that you are inviting to that particular table. Just like a shrine. My shrines are with artifacts and things that Oshun or Obatala or Ogun or my cauldron consists of things that my impungos like. My loas, same concept. You have to give those spirits things that they like or are attracted to. And the same thing about the cemetery. Each one of those graves are a city. The Bible said that we are a city set up on a hill. And when you go to a grave site, a graveyard, or a cemetery, it is like going from apartment to apartment. They might look alike, but each one of those has a different resident, a tenant. Some of them have more than one tenant occupied in that space. If you're gonna practice and you want spirits to work for you, you have, and especially, let me say something to all of y'all with y'all ancestors. If something happened to my mother, I have never showed her a level of disrespect that she would not help me. I have never showed my father a level of disrespect that he won't help me. I have never showed my grandmother a certain level of disrespect that they won't help me. If I went to my grandmother's brother and asked him for help, I have never shown him a certain level of disrespect that they would not help me. They might not move for me like they would move for my mother, but they gonna move for me. I can't go to my mother's, because they would be my mother's mother's mother. So she would be my great grandmother. My mother come before me. And if I'm showing my mother disrespect, my great grandmother ain't gonna work for me. I don't care how much I'm her great grandson. Some of y'all trying to get an ancestry and you are showing way too much disrespect and disregard for your family tree. I got biological relatives on my father's side. Why am I gonna go to them when they wasn't with me in life like that? I'm gonna go to my father, and if my father sees fit for somebody on his side to be working with me, and let him go and speak for me. That's how that works. Let me tell you, I was doing an egg on stick for Sister Tree. And she had wanted to use a particular ancestor. And I told her, I said, you can't go around your father. You have to acknowledge him. You can't get to him, because if it wasn't for him, you would be no you. I don't know why y'all think you can hopscotch over your parents or your grandparents. I don't care what you think about them in life. They have to be acknowledged. That's why I say God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. There's a succession that has to take place. There's an order to you working with your Egum. There's a presiding spirit. You can't go to your ancestors. Let me tell y'all something. When I was getting ready to get crowned, everybody had showed up spiritually, but my mother. My mother was the last spirit to give me her blessing. If my mother had not given me her blessing, I would have never moved forward. I don't know why y'all think because your mother or father may not be initiated. My mother is not crowned. My mother is not scratched. But she is still my mother. My mother's spiritual. And she powerful. But she has not gone in depth like I have. But I cannot overlook or overstep her. My father gave me his blessing, but my mother had to give me her blessing too. Or Apostle Ely would not be crowned Mafedi from Oya. I don't know why y'all black American people, because of your diverse relationship that you are with your parent, that you think that they can't bless you or curse you. It's not a Christian thing. It's an ancestral thing. This is why you think you can go out through your family lineage and just snap your finger and people gonna move for you. That's not true. Stop serving dishes that you can't eat. And what I mean by that is, if you can't take the medicine, don't get the medicine. I have a lot of people that I see in life that the medicine you dish out, you can't take it. You always speaking on somebody else, but you can't take nobody speaking on you. You fake and you phony. And you're a hypocrite. If I'm going to bless somebody, then they can bless me. If I'm going to curse somebody, they can curse me. What's good for the goose is definitely good for gander. It's not a Christian thing. It's not a United States thing. It's not a black thing. What goes around comes around. It's a universal thing. If you want respect, you got to give respect. Stop coming into relationship with people pretending that you are trying to be in whatever type of relationship. Father, son, mother, daughter, sister, brother. It don't matter. Just like I don't pull no bullshit with my brothers and sisters, whether I'm older or younger. I don't do it with my spiritual brothers and sisters. I'm straight up. Just like I don't play games with my cousins. A lot of y'all gonna choke on their smoke. You think you have to lie, and you don't. You think that you have to be misleading, and you don't. You think you have to be deceptive, black people, and you really, really don't. Whatever tone you set, let it be real. Let it be genuine. So you don't have to choke on the very smoke that you're trying to give. Because some of you, when you call me Pops, I can give you the smoke of a father. I just set that tone. I gave some of you permission to call me Pops. Do you not know I have the right to curse your life? See, when you out here making relationship, you don't know what kind of covenant you coming into. Once you become somebody's mother and you call them mother, they can bless you and curse you. Because you're giving them permission. This is why I like to be blessed by my elders. When an older man or older woman bless me for the things that I do, that's why my blessings go as long as they go. Because when you don't understand. Because if you understood magic, you will understand why it's important to take care of orphans, children, and the elderly, the widows. Because God gonna pay you off for the good that you do, just like He gonna pay you off for the evil you do. I say this over and over, but I don't care. I don't know if your brain cells are fried. Maybe you got too much cum on the brain. Maybe you got too much drugs on the brain. Maybe you got too many parasites on your brain. I don't know what it is, but I know I'm clear when I talk to melanated people. You cannot advance in your spiritual practice without your ancestors, without the blessings of those people that are part of your bloodline. I have to be able to draw from the power of the bloodline on my mother's side and my father's side in order for me to be what I am. And a lot of y'all are out here ruining your opportunities, disrespecting and disregarding your ancestral tree. How you gonna go to the saber tree and summon your ancestor when you fucking it up right here on earth? This is not about you doing everything your parents say. God will deal with your parents. Just like God dealt with Joseph's parents. Even though God came to Joseph and told him that even in the moon and the sun was going to bow down to him, that means that even his parents he was gonna be in a particular status. That even his parents will have to bow down to him. And even though Joseph's father had a problem with that, but it still came to pass. Even if you supersede your parents, they're still your parents. I heal the sick, raise the dead. I cast out demons. I see the future. I'm initiated. I'm crowned. All that. I'm still my mother's child. I'm still my father's son. What a part of moving forward in life that somehow it changes the fact of the channel that you came to this world through. Who told you that? Who taught you that? Who made you feel like you could do that? Let me tell you something. When you have the level of disrespect that you give out, and I don't want you to go around talking about somebody curse you, somebody hex you, jinx you, or nothing else. You're going to reap the disrespect you show your parents, naturally and spiritually. And if you don't want to be the type of parent that is always going through behind the seeds that you sowed as a child, if you don't want your business going through because of the seeds that you sowed as an employee, if you don't want your relationship to be going through, your marriage to be going through because of the seeds that you sowed as a single man or single woman, because this ain't got nothing to do with you being gay or straight or bi. It's how you conduct yourself and how you exchange energy in this thing called life. I'm going to say it again. It's how you are choosing as a young man or woman to operate and navigate in this thing called life. It's called spiritual etiquette. I'm going to help Black American men understand this. Never forge a relationship with another man up under the pretense, the delusion of father and son. Because he can really tear your life up. And ain't going to be nothing you can do because you gave permission for that relationship, for that dynamic. And just like a son, a physical son is chastised, a spiritual son is chastised. I'm not going to put myself in a position where Padrino Michael can go to Obatala on me. I'm going to say this again. I'm not going to put myself in a position that my Padrina or my Padrino or my Oba can go to their guardian spirits on me. My first Madrina cannot use that Mfumbe against me. You know why? Because I got it right. I was right in what I did, and he already knows it. So he's not, and I did not reveal anything mystery regarding that cauldron to anybody. Not even my Padrino that I got now. That's none of his business. Me moving on from relationship to relationship does not give me any right or divine right to talk about what went on in the relationship that I had. Right now, as many of you don't know my first Madrina's name, my second Madrina's name, or my third. Just like you don't know, a lot of y'all don't know my mother's biological name or my father. If you research, you can find out. Just like I call them mama and daddy, it's a Madrina and Padrino. I'm trying to give you some insight for y'all find yourself, call yourself giving elders smoke, and you end up choking on that same smoke. You call yourself serving dishes out here in these spiritual streets, and you gonna end up eating off that plate. While you trying to serve somebody vengeance, you gonna end up eating everything off of that plate. I'm psychopathic and I'm crazy, but I ain't that crazy. I'm not crazy enough to put myself in a position that I can get in trouble with the spirits because of my behavior. People are meant to be a blessing to you, and you turning those relationships into a curse. Take out some time. Stop running your mouth. Understand what people really mean to you. If it's transactional, it's fine. If it's mother-daughter, father-son, father-daughter, whatever that was relationship, brother-sister, auntie, uncle, whatever those spiritual positions are, deacon, the deaconess, it don't matter. But let them be genuine. Because when you operate in form of this, and you try to bring that smoke because you dislike what they said or did, baby, you can end up choking on your own smoke. The mirror reflection. Stop being so quick to try to serve somebody a dish before you become the joke that you're trying to give. Before you're trying to strike some laugh, you might end up becoming a whole circus, a whole comedy show. Too many Black Americans that are in the ATRs and trying to practice magic solo stuff. This is stuff that you need to be groomed in. This is stuff you need to be taught. And I'm doing a PSA for Black American people, and especially Black men that are going to be or endeavoring to perform magic. Do not go out here calling people daddy, pops, father, rabbi. Be careful. Stop using words loosely, because you will tie yourself to that person, and that person has a divine right because of that relationship to handle you a certain type of way. Just because you don't know I have the capabilities of doing and it will be well within my right doesn't mean that I can't do it. Just because you're gonna say that I'm attacking you, no, I'm chastising my son. because you called me Pops and you're out of order. And the way that you are operating is disrespectful. And I don't know how you treat your natural father or your natural parent, but you won't handle me like that. Because I'll put the brakes on your ass. Do not, henceforth, if you know what's good for you, go around developing relationships with spiritual people that you really don't mean that. And it's okay to have a transactional relationship with your spiritual providers. But once you set a tone, and especially if that person, I don't care how many times I don't take the offer of staying in Padrino's house. He always offers. He said, son, this is your house. I don't, because when you tell me it's my house, that means I can have sex in the house. Because it's my house. The stuff I do in my house, I know I can't do it in his house. Just like I won't disrespect my daddy's house, I ain't gonna disrespect his house. That's why I get a hotel room. So if I feel like getting freaky early in the morning or sometime at night, I'm in my own space. I'm gonna do what I do as a son. You'll save a lot of problems. You won't be out here choking on your own smoke. Stop calling people Madrino, Padrino, pastor, apostle, friend, best friend. You pick your title. If you're not sincere about that stuff, leave those people alone and keep it transactional. You'll have more peace. And stop serving dishes you cannot eat from. If you ain't woman or man enough to take a lick, don't get one. Nothing irks me as I have certain people in my church, and it really irks me. When other people are talking, you always talking. You always got something to say. But when you talking, you got a problem when other people say something. That pisses me off like none other. Because it's, who do you think you are? That everybody else, you can comment on everybody else's stuff, but nobody can. I'm confused. Like, where did you get your tits from? Where did you get your pussy from? Where did you get who you? I don't understand that. If I tell somebody I'm asking them their opinion or something, then I got to take whatever it is. But if you're giving out unsolicited advice, and I'm like, and you want to be spiritual and you want to do work with people, and this is your attitude with everyday people. And you're not even ashamed that you like that. You're going to end up choking on your smoke. My spirit dad told me to do not call up nothing you can't put down. And some of y'all calling up stuff you can't put down. Keep summoning spirits that you don't have a personal relationship with, and they have never showed you that they will come for you like that. Keep on. And when time comes, I hope your money right. Keep tampering in traditions that you are not initiated in. Keep calling spirits that you know are part of certain cycles and tradition. Keep on. I urge you, brothers and sisters, Black America, keep on calling and thinking that you have some divine right to a certain power because you got a pussy. Please think that you're stronger than every black male that's out here because you have feminine energy. Your feminine energy is not greater than mine. And as long as you deal with lame dick ass niggas and men like that, you gonna be all right. But the day you cross that line and find you a real nigga, you gonna get chin checked and your jaw broke spiritually. Because you're gonna be put in your place. And all you men that think because you got dick and nuts that you belong to be the head, no nigga, you the bottom. And keep on assisting at the bottom. Because Jesus is a lily in the valley. You can still be useful in the valley at the bottom. You're not meant to be at the top. Everybody ain't meant to be at the top. So keep listening to these women because they got some followers and they got some likes. And keep on talking that bullshit. After a while, you gonna strike the right chord. And you gonna be in here choking. A lot of these women are telling y'all they got certain things on lock. Your husband put up with your shit because he taking dick from another man. He getting pussy from another woman. There's a reason why he docile. And instead of you trying to be the bad bitch and you so whatever, you need to understand, why is this man allowing me to do that? Why is this woman allowing me to do that? They getting, I promise you, sir and ma'am, they're getting something out of it. It may not be what you think it is, what you would do, but they're getting something out of it. And when they get enough of it, you're going to hear about it. Have a sober mind out here in these spiritual streets. Don't let likes, clicks, your desire to be popular get you choking on some smoke you can't handle. Because I can think you pretty, I can think you fine, I can think you got it going on, sir. But if you cross certain lines, I'm going to make you choke. If you cross certain lines, I'm going to make you eat what you serving. I don't care who you are. Be careful here. Because everybody ain't fake. Everybody not a scammer. There are certain people out here that are really authentic in who they are. And play the games with the fish that you're used and accustomed to. Do not come over here in these waters. Because your thick ass, your pretty face ain't going to save you. Huh? Your plump ass and your deep throat ain't going to save you. Whatever you think you got going on, when it come over here, it's about a dog-eat-dog world. Have some wisdom. Have some wisdom. Don't choke for nothing. Don't be out here putting out smoke and then find yourself can't breathe. Don't choke on the very water you're drinking. That's all. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all tomorrow sometime.